So we all know what a disability is, but can we always recognize one when we see it? Kids who have ADHD, anxiety disorder, autism, and many other issues often look just like their peers on the outside, but on the inside, they're experiencing the world in a completely different way. And this can sometimes lead to difficult behaviors and confusion from those around them. Today, we're going to talk about what it feels like to be a parent of a child with hidden disabilities and what we can do to help. Oh, hey, what's wrong? You look so sad. Oh, your kid just melted down during playgroup again and people were staring. And you heard someone say that their kid would never act that way. And you know they're right because their kid doesn't have the same challenges that yours does. So maybe next time you'll just stay home. Parenting is hard. Parenting a child who has a disability can feel even harder. But when that disability is hidden, sometimes the hardest part is how the people around you see things. Misconceptions sometimes lead to judgment and shame, and this can happen anywhere, even at church, but it doesn't have to. Hidden disabilities in the church, supporting parents. Hidden disabilities are disabilities that are not immediately apparent to the eye, but impair a person's life in one or more areas. And while hidden disabilities come in all types, today we're going to focus on those that impact a child's behavior, like autism or ADHD. Join us as we look at 4 experiences of parents of children with hidden disabilities and learn what we can do to help. Number 1, many parents have been told that their child's behavior is their fault. Hidden disabilities are not always easy to identify, and sometimes getting an accurate diagnosis can take years. That's years when a parent knows that a child is struggling but can't explain why to others. And even when a proper diagnosis does come, what most people will see is the child's behavior, not the reasons behind it, which can lead to a lot of assumptions. And this means that oftentimes parents have been told repeatedly that the real issue is their parenting. Sometimes these comments come from well-meaning family and friends who believe they're helping, and other times the intent is not so valiant. But either way, this can leave parents with a deep fear of being judged, which can cause families to join in less and stay home more. Or they become afraid to share their real truth of the challenges they're facing and keep the struggles to themselves. So what can we do to help? Well, first, don't make assumptions. If you don't understand why a child is acting the way that he is, or why a family parents differently than you do, know that that's okay. You don't need to understand. You just need to be kind. Then take time to really get to know the family, share your life with them, and be okay with talking about some of the stuff that you don't post on Facebook either. And understand that being vulnerable may be harder for them, so when they do share, that's a big deal. Listen and then let them share at their own pace. Number 2, many parents are still trying to figure it out too. In the previous point, we talked about how you may not understand why a child acts the way that he does. But the truth is, parents don't always understand it either. Every child is different, so there's not a hard list of what may cause a behavior and what might stop it. Parents are learning as they go, but that's okay. We'll dive deeper into this in our next video, but if you're a ministry leader who needs to speak to a parent about a specific issue, here's a place to start. Instead of seeking a solution from parents, seek a partnership. This means setting a tone of support and collaboration where the end goal is creating a plan that can be evaluated and changed if needed. This will take a lot of pressure off of parents to have all the answers, and it'll build strong relationships too. Number 3, parents want you to see the good stuff too. Parents of children who have hidden disabilities really love those children, and they really want you to love them too. This means they want you to look past the behaviors and see the God-given gifts and talents underneath. And when you do, please share it with them. Tell them what their child did that made you smile, or what you see in their child that's special. And don't stop there. Tell the child too. The truth is, the small wins that many families take for granted are not small to families with children who have hidden disabilities. They are precious and life-giving, and sometimes they make all the difference. Number 4, supporting parents means standing up for them too. Here's the truth. Not everyone in your church will understand hidden disabilities. There will be people who, for whatever reason, may still say or do hurtful things. And sometimes it only takes one insensitive person to keep a family from church. So if you see someone saying judgmental things when a parent isn't present or excluding a family from events, shut that down. You don't have to do this in a mean or confrontational way, but you will need to clearly communicate that those behaviors are not okay. Church is for everyone, and everyone should be treated with love and kindness and respect. Speaking up isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. Wow, I feel like we learned a lot today, but there's one more thing before you go. We may not all be parents of children with hidden disabilities, but we all have had times when our actions have been misunderstood. Think about a time when someone made an assumption about you that was wrong. What impact did that have? How do you wish they would have treated you instead? Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.